Hello and welcome to our full body mat Pilates flow. We are going to be working through all different muscles in the body here, getting that mobility in and just feeling nice and fresh after. So we're going to begin today at the back of our mats in our standing position. We're going to take our hands onto our chest, hand onto our belly. Just closing down the eyes and just looking down. And just beginning with a nice deep inhale into the belly, the lungs, the chest. Exhale, releasing out of the chest, the lungs. Inhale, we lift our arms up over our head now, opening up our eyes. And exhale, we're rolling ourselves down into our forward fold, tucking your chin into your chest, bending the knees slightly, rolling through the spine, and bringing ourselves back up into a standing position. Inhale, we lift the arms. Exhale, we dive our body down and tuck the chin in, slowly articulating through each vertebrae as we bring ourselves back up to standing. One more. Inhale, arms come up nice and high. Exhale, we dive it down. Staying down in our forward fold, we're going to just pedal out through the legs. So just bending one knee at a time. Just bringing your hands as close to the ground as possible. And then you're going to keep that right knee bent. So your right hand is going to come to the outside of your left ankle. And as you inhale, you're extending your left arm up to the sky. So your chest is drawing down towards that right knee whilst we're opening up through the heart center at the same time. Inhale. Exhale, release the left hand down, bend the left knee. The left hand comes to the right ankle and right arm extends nice and tall. So taking your gaze up towards the sky. Inhale. And exhale, we release yourself back into that forward fold, bending at the knees, rounding the spine, and slowly rolling ourselves back up to standing. Inhale, arms come up over our head. Exhale, we dive it down again. Walking your hands away now, coming towards the top of the mat. We're going to come into that plank position. We hold here for a breath as we inhale, push the earth away, and exhale, bend your knees, shift the hips back, and walk our hands back towards our feet, rolling through again. So just doing this a few times, moving at the speed of your own breath, rolling down and warming up through our entire body. When we get into our plank, you're holding for a breath, beginning to activate through the core. So you imagine you've got a corset wrapped around your ribs here, around your belly, squeezing everything together, and then you're walking yourself back up. Rolling yourself, and always remembering to bring our head up last when we take these rolls. Last one, taking it down, walking towards the top of the mat, holding here in our plank, and now we're going to take our right knee down, open ourselves out to the side, and just take an extension through the left arm, bringing it up and over your head. So your fingertips are stretching towards the top of your mat. We're opening up all along that side body here. Inhale. And exhale, just bring yourself back to the center, shifting that knee, come back into your plank and walking yourself back to the back of the mat. Rounding the spine and bringing ourselves back up to standing. Inhale, arms coming up over your head. Exhale, diving down and just switching it to the other side. So we come through into our plank. We drop the left knee down, shift it over, flattening the right foot, and then we lift up and over into a side plank variation. You're welcome to take your full side plank here, but just warming up the glutes, so quite a bit straight away. And then we're going to come back and exhale to the center, pivot around on the knee, extend back into plank, bending both knees, and walking ourselves back. Inhale, roll through the spine, arms up overhead. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, and now we're going to come into a little bit more of our fieriness. So inhale, arms up over our head. Exhale, we dive it down. We walk our hands forwards. And we're going to drop down into our quadruped position. So we want to just feel through the spine here. We're going to dropping the belly down as you inhale and open your heart. And exhale, you tuck the tailbone under as you round the spine. So only taking a couple of cat-cows here, really to find that neutral alignment. So you want to try and find somewhere in between these two, and then find that nice, strong position, 4-point position. We want to imagine we are balancing a cup of tea on our back here. So we're putting our belly button in up towards our spine, pushing the earth away, and we're holding nice and strong. We're going to begin by tucking our toes underneath and simply lifting the knees, hovering about an inch or two above the mat. And on your exhale, we drop it back down. So this is layer one, just taking it nice and simple. Lifting the knees, hover, and exhale, you drop it down. Keep doing this. Our eyes are looking just between our hands towards the top of the mat. So the length of the spine is continuing through our neck and into our head. We lift up and we drop. We lift up. We've got 2 more here. On your next one, we're going to lift the hips all the way to the sky and come into our pike position. So adding on our next layer, and then we're going to release back down, hover the knees, and then reset. Inhale, exhale, lift the knees, hike it up, and bring it back down. So keeping that alignment through our spine, but also breaking these movements up. So we're not coming into a flow, we're just taking it one by one. We bring it down, we hover the knees, we drop the knees. We lift, we extend. And we're going to add on, taking it into our single leg variations next. Bring it down, and then coming onto the ground, coming back into our 4-point position. Releasing the toes if you like, bending your right knee now, and lifting that knee into a nice 90-degree position. Keeping our hips aligned, keeping that belly button pulling in and up. We're going to inhale and exhale, just tap that right knee down and bring it back up. So the movement is coming from our hip, keeping that 90-degree angle, and we're just simply tapping the ground and bringing it back up for 3, for 2, for 1. Keep that leg up and extending it out. Seeing if we can begin to bring our balance in, extending your left arm as well. Inhale, exhale, tapping them both down. We extend, we tap. You got 5, and 4. Keeping your breath nice and steady. That movement is coming purely from the shoulder and from the glutes. Extending the leg, bringing it down. You've got 2. And 1, holding it here and releasing that left elbow onto the ground. We're going to add in our next layer. We're going to bend the right knee towards the right elbow, extend it out, push yourself back up, and lift the left arm, release yourself back down, and reset. So inhale, exhale, we lift, we release the left elbow, we open the hip slightly, and we tap the right elbow, right knee to right elbow. Extend it out, pivot around, lengthen, and then drop. You've got 3. Keeping the movement nice and separated. And when we lift up, then drop the elbow. We're rotating, externally rotating through that right hip. You've got 1 more here. Extend it out, holding it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing that left hand, releasing that right knee down. We're going to come onto our side lying position now, extending your right arm away from you and placing your right ear onto that arm. and taking a little bit of pressure off the arms for a moment. You are bringing your hips back and our legs are at a 45-degree angle. So we're going to begin with our plank. So your left hand is coming to your left hip, keeping that core nice and strong, feeling the sensation of your hip drawing away from the earth. Inhale, and as you exhale, you're just opening up that top knee and closing it down. Finding that control and feeling this strength through your thighs. So when we bring it back down, we really want to take it nice and slow. You want to go as slow as possible in this movement. We're not using any gravity to just fly back down. We're keeping ourselves nice and controlled. You've got 2. And your next one, you're going to keep that knee open. So you're going to open that knee. Then you want to lift your foot away from the bottom foot. Lift it into the air as you tap your knee to touch. And then open and your heels touch. And coming back to center, hovering. So we open again. Your left knee taps. Your left ankle taps. We come back to center, hovering. Hip high when we hover. So we tap the knee, we tap the ankle, and we hover. We tap the knee, we tap the ankle, we hover. So feeling that left glute begin to fire up now. You've got 3, 2, 1. Tapping it down. Holding that leg in the air. It's going to take 5 pulses. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Now we're going to extend that left leg up and away from you, pushing your upper body onto that right forearm. We're going to shift your weight back onto your glutes. We don't want it on the hip now. And bringing your right leg up to tap the left leg. So we're staying at an angle, we're keeping our core nice and strong. That movement is coming from your inner thigh on your bottom leg. So checking that our weight is on our right glute. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Holding yourself up, pushing up into that side teaser position, and just holding here for 5. For 4, bringing those legs as high as you can. For 3, 2, and 1. Releasing yourself back down. Rolling onto your back now. Coming into a little bit more activation through our core. We're going to bring your knees into tabletop position. So our knees are aligned over our hips and our ankles are aligned with our knees. Inhale, we reach our arms up over our head and then bring your hands as you exhale to the back of your head. We're just going to start with some nice crunches. You're going to draw your ribs towards your hips and then release yourself back down. Ribs towards your hips and back down. Letting your head be nice and heavy in your hands here. It's very easy to have this movement from the shoulders, but we want to bring it into our deep core muscles. So the movement is really coming from feeling that sensation of the ribs drawing towards the hips. And then your upper body is just following it. You've got 3, 2, 1. We're going to hold here. You're going to extend your right leg away from you as the right elbow taps towards your left knee, bringing yourself back to center and releasing it down. Bringing the upper body up, extending your left leg, left elbow to right knee, bring it back to center and release. Exhale, bring it up, right leg extends. Taking that twist, going into those obliques now. Using that breath. Keeping that control. So you don't want to go too fast. You want to keep it nice and steady, feeling the fire coming from our core. Lovely, but one more on each side. Lift up, extend, bring it in, release. Last one, bring it in, lift those shoulders as high as you can, extend that leg, tap the knee, bring it in and release. Lovely, well done. We're now going to take it over to our clams on the opposite side. I'm just going to spin around on the mat here, just so I'm facing your direction. But your left arm is extending away from you, left elbow, left ear to the top of your left arm. Legs coming into a 45-degree angle. You might need to shuffle your hips back slightly here. Your right hand is coming onto your right hip, and we're just going to begin with those clams. So lifting from the right knee and then tapping back down. Keeping our core engaged, so we're pulling in those abdominal muscles. Remembering to take it as slow as possible. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Holding that knee up. Beginning to lift the heel away from the opposite foot. We're going to tap the knee down, tap the ankle down, and come to neutral at hip height. Tap the knee, the ankle, come to neutral. So this movement is working through all of our muscles in our glutes. You should feel that starting to burn here. You just keep focusing on that breath and don't lose that form. You've got 3, 2. Last one. Going to bring it to neutral. We're going to take those pulses. You've got 5, 4. So just moving from the glutes. 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Releasing that leg down. We're going to extend your legs away now. Push up onto the left forearm. Your right leg extends, rolling onto your left glute. So just bringing that leg to a height where we can raise the bottom leg to it. So your left leg's going to lift up and down. So moving from the inner thighs. You can keep this, bring this top leg however high you can whilst it's in reachable distance of the bottom leg. We're going to hold it up, holding it here, and then pushing that bottom arm away from you, coming into our side teaser. Holding it here, core nice and strong. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Releasing yourself down, coming back into our quadruped position. We're going to take that single leg stretching onto the opposite side now. So when you're ready, just finding that neutral position. And now we're going to lift the left knee up and down. So left knee comes into a 90-degree angle. We tap it back down. Exhale, we lift. And we tap. Remembering to push that chest away. So we're feeling yourself lifted towards the sky. Keeping everything nice and strong. We've got 3, 2, and 1. We add that extension through the left leg. The right arm reaches away, and then we bring it back in. So adding this layer in. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly, you can always keep that right hand down. We've got a couple more here, and then we're going to add in that twist. where our elbow comes to the mat. Last one, we extend, right forearm now comes to the ground. We open up through the left hip, we tap the left knee to left elbow, we extend, we rotate, come back and reset. So taking this flow now, not rushing through it, keeping that control, that pattern with the breath. We extend, we release the forearm, we open the hip, we tap the knee back and extend. We've got 3. 2. Final one. Extend it out, drop the forearm, open the hip, tap it into the elbow, extend it away, bring it back to the balance, and then release. Opening up our knees, pushing the hips back, and just taking a child's pose here, letting your heart sink down to the ground. Inhale. And exhale, slowly rounding ourselves back up. Lovely, we're going to tuck the toes under and we're going to come into our standing series now. So when you're ready, we're going to bring your hands onto your hips and stepping your right foot behind you, coming into a curtsy lunge. I'm just going to come and face you here. So your right foot is behind and we're going to drop down and just bringing a diamond shape into those legs. So knees are opening nice and wide and we're lifting back up. So keeping it nice and simple for our first layer. We inhale as we lift and we exhale as we drop it down. That foot is going to stay behind. So feeling nice and stable through your upper body. We have a slight tip, slight hinge from the hips. We exhale, we come down and we bring it up. So just warming up through those hamstrings here. Got 2 more and then we're going to add in our next layer. Last one, hold it here. You're going to lift the front heel off the ground, drop the heel and lift up. So this is our next layer. Taking your time with it, seeing how stable we're feeling. If you're feeling a little bit wobbly, that's absolutely fine. Just finding a point to focus on in front of you, and then you can find your balance a little bit more. We lift, we tuck the glutes in when we lift, we exhale, we release, we lift that front heel, we drop, we come. Lovely. We've got 3 more, and then we add in that next layer. You've got this. Last one. On our next one, we're going to add in a pulse. So we're going to drop it down. We're going to pulse. 3, 2, 1. Lift the front heel, drop it down and up. So really feeling those legs firing now. We drop it down. We got pulse. 3, 2, 1. We lift the heel, we drop it down, we come up. You just got 2 more rounds of this. Drop it down. 3, 2, 1. Lift it up and down and up. Last one. Release. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. Lift the heel, drop the heel, release yourself back up, stepping it through, shaking those legs out a little bit. Now we're going to just drop into our plank position, coming onto your knees. Or if you want to come into, we're going to do a few push-ups. So if you want to come into your full push-up, then you're absolutely more than welcome. I'm going to stay with the modified version today. So our knees are down. We want to check our alignment. So our chest is pushing away from the ground. Our core is tucked in towards our spine, our belly button towards our spine. We inhale. We exhale, we're bending the elbows, bringing the chest towards the ground and bringing yourself back up. Inhale, exhale and take it down. Keeping this controlled. So we want to keep our shoulders nice and open when we push up, And then we want to feel that strength for the arms as we come down. We've got 3. And then we're going to take the curtsies on the opposite side. We've got 2. And last one, holding it here for 3, 2, 1, and pushing yourself up. Tucking our toes, taking it down dog for a second, and then walking yourself back up. Lovely. Left foot stepping straight behind. Extending from the crown of your head. Inhale. Exhale, we bend the knees, take that diamond shape, and we bring it back up. Inhale. Remembering, we hinge at the hips slightly, and we come back up, creating that nice diamond shape with the legs. Squeezing the glutes on the rise. So we're not using any momentum here. Every little action is nice and controlled. We're going to add in our next layer in 3. In 2. In 1. Next one, we drop it down. We take that heel rise with the front foot, drop it down and up. Lovely. Heel lifts, take it down and up. Inhale. Exhale. We've got 3. We're adding in those pulses. We're almost out of the legs. 2. 1. Taking it down, taking those pulses. 3, 2, 1. Hold there, the heel lifts, the heel releases, and we bring it back up. Feel that fire in the quads, taking it down. 3, 2, 1. Lift the heel, drop it down and up. Inhale. Exhale, take it down. 3, 2, 1. Lift the heel, release and up. We've got one more round. Take those hips as low as we can. 3, 2, 1. Lift the heel, release and up. Shaking yourself out now. Going to take those push-ups again. So knees down or legs up, whatever you fancy. We'll go for the full version this time. We're going to keep the elbows squeezed in to the body. This time, release it down and up. A little bit more challenging. Hitting, targeting those different muscles with the arms. You've got 5. You've got this. Just go as low as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Releasing our body all the way down to the mat. I'm just going to take a few stretches here. You're going to bring your left heel towards your glutes, taking that left foot and just drawing the heel to the outside of your hip. So feeling this through the quads, drawing your knees together. Just taking this chance now. You've done most of the fiery work. We just want to take a chance to slow our heart rate down. Ease those muscles and recover before we carry on with our day. Inhale, exhale, lovely. Release that leg away from you. Just switching sides now. Pull that right heel towards the outside of your right hip. On each exhale, just draw the heel down a little bit more. And then softly release that leg away, rolling onto your back now, taking a few supine stretches. Our right knee is going to come into our chest, flexing the right foot. The leg extends up to the sky. Your hands can stay behind your hamstring, your calf, your ankle, wherever you fancy. We just want to keep everything, our back flat on the mat. And just drawing that leg in. Inhale. Exhale, bending that right knee in towards the body. The left hand takes your right knee over to the left side. Right arm extends away from you. And we're just going to bring the arm over as you inhale, and exhale, we release. So keeping a little bit of mobility here. Inhale, bring it over. Exhale, open, allowing your gaze to follow that right hand for one more. And then bringing yourself back to the center. Extending your right leg, bringing your left leg, flexing your left foot. Extending that leg straight up to the sky. And just beginning with a nice stretch through the hamstrings, the calf muscles. Inhale. Exhale. Bending your left knee. Drawing that knee across to the right side now. Left arm extends away from you for a moment. As you inhale, we bring it over to the right side. Gaze following the hand. Exhale, we open up. Inhale, close through the chest. Exhale, open. Inhale. Exhale. Lovely, releasing yourself back to the center. Both knees into your chest. Just rolling up through the spine a couple of times. And then bringing yourself over to the center. Just rolling out those shoulders a little bit, taking up any last little stretches that your body's asking for. And then that is it. You are done. Well done. Hope you've got a little sweat on. Hope your body's feeling good, nice and fresh. And I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.